clock. So just click
Hey, good evening, good evening, good
notifications. Let's go ahead
evening,
and go back
y'all.
now to Judge James Gillum's courtroom down to 201
This
Pump.
was not good.
Demetrius Haley and Justin Smith, the counsel,
This was not good.
would like to stand with deliberations. Let's go ahead and go back now to Judge James
So,
down to 201 Pump.
the officers
Haley and Justin Smith.
in Tyre Nichols' case basically was found not guilty. Oh, Lord. Even after the toxicology report and everything, let me put my thing up. This Fair Use Act copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, and scholarship and research. Y'all. Woo! So what basically happened is the officers and the Tyre Nichols case have been found not guilty. Then we heard testimonies from the autopsy reporter, the doctor, and how bad the shape his body was. Not only that, they said being though his brain, by him being kicked in the face several times, his brain was basically shaking inside of his skull, and that's what caused the unalivement of him. Not basically the beating, and the scrapes and the abrasions and stuff like that that he did sustain during the altercation or the arrest. This is sad. This is this is just another smack in the face for us. Allegedly, they were 12 jurors that basically proclaimed he was not guilty of the situation. And all of them was Caucasian, allegedly. Man, it's just I don't even know what angle to start from. But this was basically a smack in the face after all that. They all was found not guilty. And I'm guessing I know that they still have to go to court for the obstruction part. This format is messed up once again. I want to remove this. Wait. Alright. There we go. In my corner pocket. Yeah, but they all got found not guilty. So in this case right now there will not be no justice served. I'm quite sure Memphis is gonna turn up. So I'm just totally upset because everything was there. They had the video, they watched these officers do this to this young man and still no justice. They got found not guilty. I just can't even believe this at this point. It's not making a lot of sense to me. But let's look at this real quick. This is the verdict.
Let's go ahead and go back now to Judge James' courtroom down at 201 Poplar.
Demetrius Haley and Justin Smith, if counsel would like to stand with their clients. The verdicts read as follows. Count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Smith, not guilty. Count 2. Aggravated assault. Acting in concert. Count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 3. Aggravated kidnapping with bodily injury. Count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 4. Aggravated kidnapping with a deadly weapon. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 4. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 4. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 5. Official misconduct, unauthorized exercise of official authority. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 5. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 5. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 6. Official misconduct, refraining from performing a duty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 7, official oppression. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 7, we, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 7, we, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. All verdict forms have been signed by the foreperson. Attorneys, you can have a seat with your clients. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have performed your duty. We appreciate the time and attention that you all have given to this case. We will now excuse you all from the courtroom.
We're going to be excused.
Well, you just heard it. All 7 charges.
That's crazy. Y'all make it make sense. What is going on with the justice system? We literally seen that. That whole video of them beating that man went totally viral, kicking him in his face, doing what he could do. He grabbed somebody's weapon. You never seen that in the video. You never seen half of the stuff that they said that man did. What is really going on in the world? I understand. Oh my goodness. I understand. They should have been held accountable of something. They used excessive force on this man. They said that basically it was like all three of them together is like 700 pounds on him. And he's trying to fight them off and trying to save his life. And he still ain't getting no justice. Like, we call the police. Yes, we do. Sometimes we try to do the right thing, and you still get a smack in your face. I'm not even understanding how this even happened. No, they found not guilty of anything. And the crazy part about it is, this is why people do the things they do. So you just had the man. You seen the guy? The police killed his son, the young man, the other day. He's running from them. They shoot him up in his back and all of that execution style. The father came through, ran the police over, unalived him. I'm quite sure they gonna try to give him the maximum that they can of jail time. And I feel as though he probably don't even care, because at the end of the day, he felt as though he got his justice. Here we go on the situation where these police basically banked him, allegedly over one of their girlfriends and this, that, and the third. And all of them got found not guilty. They unalived this man and kept it moving. They neglected him of medical service. And you telling me they got off? No charges, no nothing. Not guilty. I heard that they was gonna have obstruction, but it doesn't look like they got anything. They all getting off. People done lost their jobs. The EMT workers, they lost their jobs. People had to start their whole lives over for y'all to just be like, oh, they not guilty. What is going on with the justice system? Like, they use excessive. Come on now. I know. The devil is a liar. This is a hot mess. This is the hot mess, and this is why a lot of people don't even like calling the police or dealing with court and this, that, and the third. Because stuff like this happens. Nobody gets justice. Nobody gets nothing. Y'all clearly see on the video that man was kicked, tossed, smacked around, sprayed. The police was spraying so much he sprayed his own self. It was anger. And you telling me nobody is guilty of nothing? So this is okay. This is okay for the officers to do a fake traffic stop. Okay, they found mushrooms. His alcohol level was 0.049. And he might have did use a little bit marijuana. But he wasn't drunk. And they didn't even find the mushrooms in his system. Only marijuana. Which is legal everywhere, I thought. Maybe at that time it wasn't, but even still. So I deserve a beatdown. Come on. We gotta do better. The world definitely have to do better. The justice system have to do better. We have to do better. This is out of control. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. What? I'm just confused right now. We all watched this go down, unfold in our face. This went viral. This was a viral video. I put my warning up. I put my warning up because we're about to watch a little bit of the video right now. This is absurd. I can't begin to even express myself for real how I feel. Absolutely disgusting.
So just to make sure, Emmett Martin's on the front of the screen closest to us. Again, you know who Justin Smith is because he's got the shoes on that are easy to spot. Bean's the other guy right now holding Tyre.
Hold. Oh, you seen him kick them in his head. Now, mind you, a lot of these boots that these officers be wearing is steel toe. So, just imagine being kicked in the face with a steel toe boot. Still kick. Not guilty. Because this wasn't right. This is the trigger warning. This content is very sensitive. People. Look, he about to hit him with something. Cause mine they beat him with the baton. Also. This is not Okay. And my thoughts is because they were police fired. All was let go due to this. He ran up and kicked them too. They all was just taking the turn. Look, he still kicking them. And you telling me
Y'all keep an eye on Bean and Smith and that, where their faces were, what they're looking at, what they're doing. We see those first two kicks. After that, all use of force experts agree and testify. That first kick, that soccer kick to the head is what? Excessive force. Unnecessary. Deadly. And after that first kick, what do we also have triggered? The duty to prevent it. The duty to prevent. Criminal responsibility. Duty to prevent. Bean and Smith holding him down. I mean, their faces are right there. Can you imagine? But they're holding him, Bean and Smith. So, first kick.
instead of arresting,
Right there. Duty to prevent. Duty to prevent.
my bad, y'all. When they was holding this man, holding him. At that time, y'all holding him, holding his arms while another officer beating on him. Why y'all couldn't put the handcuffs on him? He's not resisting. Y'all holding him. Like, and they said they are not guilty. None of them. Enough was enough. He wasn't resisting. How could he resist if you holding me? If you holding me, how is I'm resisting? Come on now. This. Mm, I can't.
And that's when the haymakers come, and you can see them. You just saw them. Y'all watch it, count them out. I count at least 5. And you can watch how hard they are, because watch what happens to Tyre's body, his head, how it's impacted by these punches. And after each one of those punches, what do we have? The duty to prevent.
Yeah.
Then 2
Because I know he
kicks,
flip it.
these 5 punches, and that's 7 times.
He
7
probably
times.
mad. Guilty.
Those guys could have intervened, could have prevented, could have just said stop.
Live. 3 days.
Nobody said stop.
And hospital on a breathing machine.
And after those 2 kicks, and after those
Unable
5
to
punches,
breathe by
they're on
himself.
top of Tyre.
Machine.
Because there's a video we heard Tyre say 3
You
times,
breathe on your own. That's a hell of a life.
help me. What's the next thing?
Or just, or know nothing in this case. She trying to, win her argument or whatever, but it still didn't matter. I believe that them being police played a lot of parts to the situation. And a lot of times the police stick together. They gotta look out for their own kind. But they can always get it expunged because it's gonna be on their record. Even though you weren't found guilty, but you was basically in the court case saying that basically you used excessive force. I don't know if they can be able to get a whole nother or be back in Memphis being an officer or anything, but this right here just takes the cake. I can't get over it. I'm definitely not proud about the verdict, but it is what it is, because ultimately they had a jury, and that's what they chose. So I mean, I don't know if they can open the case back up and try to get it looked at again. I'm quite sure they probably can. Far as the family still trying to seek justice, but that there was messed up. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, the case was quick. The case was swift. But nobody was found guilty. Basically, which I believe that they should have. It's sad, but it's true. Make sure y'all hit the likes. Subscribe if you already haven't. And thank you for joining in. Replay Gang, thank you so much. I love y'all. Come through again. But yeah, this is a case that it might make the community an uproar. But the justice system basically failed Tyre Nichols on this one. They basically dropped the ball on this one. Talking about they not guilty. We clearly seen the video. Nobody was charged in anything. So they can go home to their family. This man is gone. Can't nobody, he can't go to his family. He can't go home. He's in heaven. But at the end of the day, just be aware. And then they wonder why us black folks, when we get pulled over, why we be scared of the police, why we run, why we resist, why we do the things we do, because stuff like this happen. A situation can go left real quick. Police can be upset, having an attitude or whatever. We don't know what's going on in their life, and just take anger out on you. Just watch the Jedediah situation last night. Like, people mad they do vindictive stuff. But just be aware and be safe when you have police encounters, because this could be us. It could be me, it could be you, it could be anybody, it could be our children, it could be any of us. Just be aware and be safe out there, y'all. Because ain't no way that they should have just been like, oh, not guilty. I don't agree with that. But yeah, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe if y'all want. Do what you gotta do. But yeah, let's get some subscribers, some new ones, get a new audience. But everybody be safe out there. I love you guys. Be safe.